I think in the society we live in, we like to keep death behind a curtain or hidden, and yet it's a natural part of life. I think one thing I've learned, which I think is really important, is don't underestimate your ability as a parent or a carer around someone who's dying. Of course, you might be exhausted, you might be worried, you might be fearful, but you still have the ability to make an incredible difference to the end of someone's life. And palliative care can support you in doing that. Even if I doubted my ability, there's always going to be someone that can help you. It might be a reassuring word from a nurse. It might be a consultant or doctor who gives you an interesting piece of advice. It could be a family friend who's just amazed at the work you're doing. So there is always a helping hand. You just don't quite know where it's going to come from, but it will always be there.
I remember shortly after he passed, I'm on the Peninsula Freeway, and there was an interview show on the ABC, and they were talking about friendship. And if you ask a girl who's her best friend, she would say another girl. If you ask a man who's their best friend, they were saying, oh, it's my wife. Pull over on the median strip, get on the ABC producer. I said, look, this is just what happened. My best friend is a 64-year-old guy who just passed away in my arms. And there's no reason why that shouldn't be the case for a lot of blokes. It was just one of those weird moments where we're talking about best friends, and I'm still coming to grips, and I was still waiting for this big moment of breakdown to happen, and which could happen at the BP service station on the Peninsula Freeway. It never came. I was so moved by nursing Bo to his death and being there when he passed away, and allowing me to do that. And without reservation, I want to be with you guys. I can say this with honesty, I'll never have a greater experience. And I hope if anyone's in the same situation, they grab it with both hands, because it's life-changing, and I'm lucky to have that experience that not everyone would have,
Just being there for someone else, that is what I sort of got out of it, and that was what made me feel fulfilled.
I think seeing him so happy and seeing him comforted every day was the reward. I mean, it sounds, but it's true. Just seeing my best mate happy as Larry for the circumstances that he's in, and having the two people he loves there as well, it made that last transition pretty good.
Everyone's different, everyone's different, but really utilise everyone around you if you can, feel supported, feel the love. I had lots of love. And just the knowledge means it's not so scary. That's what I needed for all of my experiences. I just needed the knowledge about what to expect. And I think with Greg, because I'd been through it 3 other times, each time I got a little bit more knowledge. Really utilise the staff, because they're the best source of information that you can have. There's all support. All of the hospices we went to offered all types of support, social workers, religious, whatever you want, you could have it.
Most people prefer home, but still some people to be in hospice. So different reasons. Home is you need more support. You need a more nurses and social worker, doctor need to be supported, and also depend on which location your home is. It's readily accessible, and also how intense the symptoms are. How much care they need. So end of life care, palliative care. It's not only aimed for the end of life only. It is planning and decision making and expressing your specific instructions. Start talking and start thinking, and reach out to your close ones, close family, friends, and as well as your GP, very important, and start talking so you have time to sink in. Fill up advanced care directive with your GP so that everyone will know what your direction when the specific time come or arise.
we were confronted with the death of my son, but also we actually got to share in that beautiful slow end to it. And so we couldn't select the sweet instead of the bitter. The bitter sweetness is all one. And so that's part of the journey, and you have to face that. And it's actually a very powerful thing to face, and it changes your perspective on life.